Hello, hello. Welcome, friends. Welcome. I have the pleasure of introducing you today to our brand new author, Jeannie Miller. Hi, Jeannie.
Hi, Miriam. What a pleasure to be with you. Thanks for talking with me today.
Well, I'm so excited. It's your book launch day. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm so happy and so pleased that I have seen this to fruition with your help.
Oh, well, it is so exciting. Please tell everybody the title of your book,
It's called The Playroom Door.
The Playroom Door. Can you tell us what inspired you to write this book?
Oh, yes. Well, I have always felt like I've been born to write, really. I've been an avid reader ever since I first learned how to read, and my own childhood was so enriched by the books that I read about children and their adventures. So many, the Oz books, books by Jeanne Little, Canadian author,
Mhm.
if you know her, Laura Ingalls Wilder, and the Nancy Drew and Hardy Boys books,
Yes.
Edward Eger books, Narnia, The Beauty and Fun, and all those books. It just grabbed my heart, and I just knew I would have to write someday too. And as a teacher, I spent the last 26 years writing with my students and for my students and about my students. Writing is my joy. It's like my highest level of creative being, I think. So the story of the Playroom Door came to me because I wanted to write about a close-knit family with the main character. Her name is Zara, and she's able to solve a problem autonomously and also collaboratively. She reflects the that crazy, wonderful, and often brilliant logic that little kids have. And I want to spark the silliness and imagination in my readers and show them the power and the fun of thinking creatively.
Well, I enjoyed reading the book. I saw all the creativity you're talking about throughout every single page and every family member. What a beautiful family to come together. And I don't want to say what the book is about. I'll ask you that. What is your book about and who would you say it's for?
Well, I think 3 to 8 year olds will enjoy it a lot. It's marketed to 6 to 8 year olds, but to be read out loud, I think little kids would enjoy it as well. And it's about a family, and specifically about Zara, a little girl who wants to help her mother paint the family's playroom door purple. But nobody else, including her hamster Whimsy, thinks that or says that purple is the best color. There's a lot of multi-sensory use of color in the story. And the story is also about the ability to listen to different opinions and being honest and the power to come up with a creative solution that turns out to be more fun than what her original idea was.
hmm Like I said, I enjoyed reading the book. I didn't know what was going to happen, and I was very happy with the ending. What is it that you hope that parents and kids will take away from this book?
Oh, so many things. This is probably a long answer, but in the course of writing it evolves so much, and I realize there's so many levels you can go to with a story. I hope that parents look at Christie, the illustrator's beautiful illustrations of the playroom, and I hope they're inspired to create their own traditional family playroom if they don't have one already in their own house, a room where everyone plays, including the parents and everyone interacts with everyone. There's no one on their device by themselves or busy with their cell phone. Zara's family has an enjoyable playtime right at home in their family playroom. And I think this interaction with the whole family is really important for kids of every age. And I hope that my child readers are empowered to think of their own creative ideas and have the courage also to shape to share their ideas. Um, I hope they take away the message that family members can disagree and still love each other, and that different opinions don't mean that someone is wrong. So I am hoping that as they read this book and they see the solution at the end, and they look at problems and realize there can be many solutions. Um, the playroom door is a safe place. It symbolizes togetherness, and Zara can't make a decision without her family. So that
Yes.
togetherness is very tight, and there's no competition. It's just people talking, playing the piano together, doing puzzles together, sharing toys, sharing opinions.
Yes, yes. Well, I have to tell you that you already, you said, I hope that parents will take this away from the book. I already took that away from the book. My first thought was, this is such a beautiful playroom. I would like to have a playroom in my house for when my grandchildren visit down the road, right? Because it doesn't mean that we get rid of all the toys once our kids are grown. So definitely your book and your illustrator inspired that playroom for me. It's beautiful. Let's give your illustrator a shout out. Please share her name.
Oh my goodness, yes, she is lovely. Her name is Christy Gaunthouse, and she is right here in St. Petersburg, where I am. I have one of her illustrations right here, so that you can see it. She's wonderful. This is her
Yes.
illustration of the playroom.
Well, look at that playroom. It just makes
Mhm.
me want to be in there with my kids and even my spouse playing any game.
Yes, that should be big enough for the parents too, for sure.
Right.
Working with her was honestly beyond wonderful. She brought so much energy and enthusiasm to our project together, and I feel just super fortunate and ever grateful that she was able to take this job with me. She's a very busy young woman. She's an entrepreneur and she's a full-time art teacher at a local elementary school right here in St. Petersburg, Florida, where I am. So I had the very good fortune to meet her in person at a local coffee shop a few blocks away, and I knew within a minute that she was perfect. Um, Her illustrations are just so rich. You saw in color and personality and detail. And they capture all of my main character's emotions, the excitement, the dismay, the concern, the confusion, the joy. It was a huge pleasure working with her. And we're going to continue our partnership because we're going to go to her elementary school and present the book together,
Oh,
which
great.
I'm so pleased about because lots and lots of little kids want to be an author when they grow up, but every little child wants to be an artist when they grow up.
Yes.
That'll be a
Oh,
huge, huge draw.
so special that she lives so close to you where you are. That is truly, truly special. Well, I want to take a moment and let everybody watching know that this book is available today on Amazon. We are so proud of it. We're so proud of Jeannie. Go find it on Amazon, The Playroom Door. You, your children, your grandchildren, you will all enjoy this book. And let's share it. Let's share it. I think all the good things, I can only imagine all the good things that will come from this book. So it's on Amazon. You'll see it there as paperback, hardcover, and ebook format also. So, Jeannie, I'd like to ask you a little bit about your journey to becoming a children's book author. First of all, how long have you been thinking about writing? I know you enjoyed reading growing up. When did you start thinking, one day I'm going to write a book?
When I read my first book, I thought I can do this too. For
Oh,
just
good.
as a child, I wanted to write.
Well, I mean, this is so special for all of us because we
Oh,
get to
yes.
see you on your book launch day celebrating you. So let's talk about the journey. It always comes with lessons and challenges. What were the
Mm.
challenges you found with the writing of this book?
The biggest challenge, um, the biggest challenge for me was was probably was probably I have to think for a second here. Seeing it to fruition, not giving up on the journey, really. That was
Mm,
huge. Um, Writing is so cerebral and solitary that it's easy to push it off or wait for the opportune time, but that never really comes, that opportune time. Um, yeah, sometimes it feels kind of selfish even to make that time for yourself. You probably know this because you have a big family. And it's difficult to share the process with people also as you go along because that first draft can be so elusive. You never know when your final draft is there. And you don't want to share anything that's subpar along the way. And then all the mental
Mhm.
critiquing that you do during the writing process, it kind of turns against yourself when you start to wonder, is this even any good? Do I even have any talent? Can I even write this? Um, so I think the courage to keep going and not let it just languish, that was my biggest challenge. And lots of
Mm.
that courage to keep going came from your program, from your team.
Well, we're happy to hear that. I'm
Mm.
so glad that you shared that. There's a lot, I feel like you were speaking or you were in the brain of an aspiring author because you were there. A lot of authors are thinking like that, right? When
Mm.
do I share it? When is my story good enough? When is it complete? But thank you for sharing that. Finding a community, finding people is the best thing that we can all do. What about
Mhm.
lessons? What would you say was the biggest lesson throughout the publishing process for you?
Well, that was actually my biggest lesson as well, is learning that I needed a whole lot of people to help me make this happen. Before I took your course, I had just read Marie Forleo's book, Everything is Figure Outable. And her
Yes, I love
premise,
that book.
oh, you know it. Oh, it's so
Mhm.
good. It was so encouraging. It was just perfect timing when I read it too. Her premise, for those that don't know her book, is that everything is figure outable, that no matter what you decide to do in life, somebody somewhere has done something like it, if not the exact same thing before, and that you should reach out for help and advice. And your program was my huge help, because if there's any potential authors that are watching this interview right now, the biggest lesson I learned is that it's not like you just write a book and then a publisher asks for it. You need people, you need editors, you need illustrators, you need more editors, you need a book designer, uh, you need people to talk to when you're discouraged or you're stuck, professional advice about word count and social media and all those things. And I needed every single one of your team members. Without them helping me to plan my path and assist me all along the process, all I would have right now is my dream book saved on my computer. Because if you have a dream without a plan, you only have a dream.
Hmm. So wise. What a beautiful lesson. And yes, if you have not read that book, go pick up Everything is Figure Outable. That really, I mean, it's just so true. Everything that she says in that book. So I love that you shared that. So here you are now, book launch day. You are a published author. What is the best part of accomplishing this dream for you?
Oh, this is that's a very emotionally charged question, really, because honestly, if I had not fulfilled this dream, I would have regretted it for the rest of my life. 100%, 100%. A writing teacher should be able to write and be published. And yes, I want very much to leave a legacy for my grandkids, Zara and Magnus. But publishing this gives me the opportunity personally to ignite other children's imagination too, and empower them with thinking bigger and thinking higher than themselves. And that is the gift that the authors of my childhood gave to me. And well, to digress a little bit, teaching writing, my hook whenever I was teaching my students is teaching writing skills to them. I would tell them and I would demonstrate to them that the best way to be eternal is to write something amazing. A book, a song, a poem, a play. Around the world, generations of people know the lyrics to certain songs and words of speeches, and they know the characters of Harry Potter and the tragedy of Romeo and Juliet and Beethoven's Ode for Joy and Mary Poppins and The Cat in the Hat and Green Eggs and Ham. All of these masterpieces, and some of them are decades old and some are hundreds of years old. They all began with someone putting ink on paper. And
Mhm.
if children enjoy my words, enjoy my stories, well, that is the very, very best, most fulfilling dream ever to me.
Oh, that's so beautiful, Jeannie. That's so beautiful. Oh, to Just truly beautiful. My next question, I feel like you've already been giving all of our aspiring authors advice, but I will still ask you, what advice do you have for an aspiring author who may be watching and is working on their own book?
Well, I read a quote a while ago and it really struck home. And it was after I had joined your program. So it's like, yes, it was affirmation. It was invest in yourself. And the best thing I ever did was to invest in myself. And it was difficult and it still is difficult because yeah, sometimes you feel kind of selfish, but you have to invest in yourself. It's a time investment, it's a space investment, it's a financial investment. But writing is solitary and personal, and you can't, no one else is going to make you do it. You can't save it for later because later never comes. You have to
Mhm.
make the time investment. And I think if you dream of enhancing your world with your writing, then you must invest in yourself. That's my best advice.
Great advice. I hope everybody is listening to that. Thank you so much. So, friends, make sure today go to Amazon and grab a copy of The Playroom Door. You're going to love it. You've heard Jeannie share her wisdom. There's definitely wisdom in this book also, and it's just done so beautifully in a way that we are all getting something from the book, adults and children, without it being right hitting us over the head with the message. Jeannie, you have a great way of sharing your thoughts and in your writing and through this interview. I really appreciate you. And of course, we want everybody to go to Amazon, but where else can they find you?
I have an author's website. It is Jeannie Miller store jeanniemillerbooks.org. And then I
Okay.
have my Instagram account, which is Jeannie Miller underscore author.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Well, friends, go find Jeannie there. And before we go, I always like to ask this question. Is there anything else you'd like to share, Jeannie? Anything in your heart or anything that you wish I would have asked you?
Well, yes, I would like to share something else. Going back to your question about the biggest lesson I learned during the course of this, I'm a person who hates asking for help, much to my detriment a lot of times. But honestly, I owe thanks to everyone on your team. You, Sharon, Amanda, Allison, Sheila, everyone, has been so patient, so available, so helpful, and they all share the same demeanor somehow. The mild, no stress. We're going to help you figure this out. They've just been pillars of support through the entire process. I was lucky. It was pure dumb luck. But I enrolled in your Merriam Laundry Publishing, and it's been perfect, beyond my dreams. So I salute you for building the best team ever to help authors on their journey. Your program is really exceptional, superb in every aspect. Thank
I
you.
appreciate that so much. Thank you so much, Jeannie. Well, it's been a pleasure working with you. I know it's not the end, and please continue writing. We want to see more of your work out in the world. And friends, you know what to do. Go find Jeannie and definitely go get a copy, get several copies of The Playroom Door. Thank
The
you,
Playroom
Jeannie.
Door. Thank you. It's been
Yes,
a pleasure.
thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye bye.